So you cannot raise your vibration while you are busy leaking energy everywhere. Now, this is a lesson that I had to learn the hard way again, again, and again. And then there was that one time. And again. There was a time when I literally said yes to everything. Everything to me looked like an opportunity. Every client, every conversation, even the late night text from someone who was in a crisis. And deep down inside, I thought that I was open, and this is what made me more spiritual. But I wasn't really open. What I was unprotected, and I was vibrating on borrowed energy. Of course, eventually I burned out, and not because I lacked love or I wasn't pouring back into myself, but because I actually lacked boundaries. So today we are going to talk about how boundaries, I mean real boundaries that resonate with your soul-led boundaries, they are actually the most powerful tool for personal transformation and your vibrational alignment. So if you've been feeling a little bit drained or a lot of bit drained, off-centered, or overextended, overstimulated, this conversation is certainly for you. Hey there, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another Mindful Monday. That's right, I'm your host, your girl, Arika Trimnell, also known as the Mindful Mistress, here to guide you through the sacred unraveling of what no longer serves us and pushing us from out of tunement into alignment and magneting the frequency of our truest self. On this Mindful Monday, we're not just here talking about healing, we're actually going to talk about resonance. And this is because our energy does not lie. And when you learn to not only attune to it, honor it, and protect it, you reclaim the power in ways this world has never seen, but your soul actually knows what's possible. So if you've been struggling with saying no or holding to your center, or you feel like you're giving more than you actually get, this episode is just for you. That's right. But before we dive deeper, drop a comment below. Let me know what one energetic leak you are ready to seal in this season. Let's name it together. And because this awareness is the first act of vibrational liberation, let's do it in community. So first, we're going to talk about boundaries. What exactly are boundaries? Now, most people think of boundaries as this hard line in the sand, right? This no rigid rules. But that's not what we're talking about here. Boundaries are actually frequency filters. So they help us stay tuned into our own vibrational signal and rid out the world of static. This vibrational sense, our boundaries, keeps our energy field from leaking. And it also helps your nervous system stay regulated. So they really help us discern what is my energy and what is somebody else's and what is not mine, right? So some key things could be like energetic boundaries. So like your biofield. What ancient systems called your aura is actually real. Studies show that your heart emits an electromagnetic field that radiates several feet from our body. So when you're around certain people or environments, your field can become entrenched in that, meaning it can start to match and mirror that energy that isn't actually yours. So that's why after being with certain people, you may feel heavy, foggy, or overwhelmed. So energetic boundaries really help you stay centered in your own resonance, in your own frequency. You have emotional boundaries. So this is the ability to feel empathy, but without absorbing somebody else's pain. I know that's hard for me. For many of us, we confuse the love of somebody with merging with their actual energy, and we take it from compassion to codependency. That's right. So emotional boundaries are so needed so that we can hold space for each other without holding on to their actual experience inside of our bodies. Now, a big thing is our relational boundaries. Now, this gets defined when we were younger, so be mindful of the environment you grew up in. Relational boundaries are really how you show up in connection with others. So your time, your energy, and your consent. They're not meant to block intimacy. They actually create a resonant intimacy energy themselves. So when you perform and you stop being your true essence, you actually are creating a boundary and you're shutting people out of your true resonant energy. So you might be calling in the wrong people when you were just performing and you're doing more of the doing versus your being. So that's why it's crucial to have those relationship boundaries. But again, that stems from our childhood. So if we had chaotic childhoods, our energy might have attuned to a different relational frequency. So something to be very mindful of. Now, let's take a little bit pause here because I want you to know that even hearing about boundaries can be triggering or activating what we actually say. So if you are struggling with boundaries, I want you to know that it's okay. It's not that you are flawed. It is not that you are a failure. It is actually your nervous system. That is how your nervous system is choosing to respond. So if, again, you grew up in a household where maybe you had to be the peacekeeper, you had to actually be the adult, where there was chaos, unpredictability, or emotional neglect, or perhaps maybe the love was conditional, withdrawn, or fused with guilt, your system is likely wired for enmeshment, which means that you learn to merge, anticipate, shape, and shift just to be safe. And that's okay. So setting boundaries now can feel like a rejection. It could feel like danger in your body. It could also feel like abandonment. And these are real feelings. You were not broken. You were just vibrationally attuned for survival. So now that we're learning to retune to our truth, it's why boundaries are so necessary. It's the somatic mindset shift that we need to have. It's an energetic shift. It's vibrational. So thinking on those three levels when we are working to change that narrative and change that story. So let's bring this to the body as we talk about this. Maybe identify where you are actually leaking energy. And one of the ways that you can do this is by asking yourself, where do I consistently feel resentment or fatigue? Who drains me even if I like them? Where am I overextending out of obligation and not alignment? These are signs that your frequency is being compromised. Communicating with loved ones and power. So here are some ways that you could use for your boundary scripts. If you have no idea like where to even start, how do I communicate this, Arika? How do I tell someone about my boundaries when I'm uncomfortable or I don't have the practice, or maybe again I've been attuned to something different based on my own upbringing. So some things that you can use are, I'm not available for that right now. That does not feel aligned for me. I love you and I need space. I cannot hold this for you, but I can witness this with you. I don't have to over-explain. I don't need your permission. Your vibration is enough evidence for you to be able to make the best right decision for you. So feeling into how you actually feel when you are in a particular environment or when you are with certain people. Making a mental note is the first step of that vibrational liberation so that you can unlock your true original vibration and you can start to reattune to that. Again, changing the story, changing the mindset. It's not just about the emotion behind it. It's not just the mindset. All of those things, right? Thought has energy vibrations. Your emotions have energy vibrations. So we're able to get to that source frequency and change that. Then all of those other things shift with it. So a way that we can help is by doing a vibrational reset. That's right. Placing your hands on your heart and your solar plexus, taking a deep breath in through your nose, exhale slowly through your mouth, and you say softly, I honor my energy. I return to my center. I am safe in my own field. Now, gently brush your hands up and down your arms and your torso, like you're clearing all this invisible dust, right? It's clearing your aura. So cleanse and clear your aura, and this is sealing in that beautiful affirmation that we just did. So continue. Maybe you need a pause. Maybe you need to do a deep cleanse. Do the front, do the back. Get your legs cleanse your aura and reset yourself. So because of this, I know that there are a lot of attachments when it comes to instituting boundaries. One is the guilt that we might have. So here is what nobody is going to tell you, or maybe this is kitchen table talk, but the moment you start honoring your boundaries, your body might actually panic. Why? Well, because if you had a childhood, like we mentioned before, where your nervous system is actually attuned to something different, it equates those boundaries as actual rejection. So it's made this correlation in your mind that boundaries equal rejection. So when holding a no, you might feel like you are betraying the people that you love the most, but you're actually honoring yourself and the relationship you have with them. You care about them so much that you want to show up as your full best self. And the way for you to do that is to be able to institute boundaries. So you might be feeling like you are breaking a vibrational agreement that says you don't matter. And yes, there might be some people who get activated or are uncomfortable when you are in your new alignment, but that's okay. You're not here to manage their discomfort and their energy. You are actually here to protect your own resonance and vibration. Boundaries are not a one-time event. They are a daily practice, a form of self-respect, self-care that really tells the universe that you are ready to hold space for frequency to create what we've manifested, let's say in the beginning of this year, what's on that vision board. So maybe we need to take a pause, maybe a deep breath together. And this month, or the upcoming month, well, this past month, actually, we navigated through fear, we navigated through uncertainty, we talked about deep emotions, intuition, misalignment. We have been preparing for this moment right now, the moment where you stop leaking that energy and you start living in coherence. The moment is where you say, I do not need to perform, I just need to resonate. So that is where the boundaries take shape and make things possible. So this week is about coherence, making your no's heard and understood, make space for true yeses and alignment in your life. So honor it, protect it, most importantly, embody it. And next week, I'm so excited. We're going to begin a brand new season as we shift it fully like into spring, talking about vibrational awareness, a full body spectrum exploration of what it means to live in your frequency and become your own healer, teacher, and tuning fork. You're not just healing anymore, but you are becoming resonance. You are becoming that generational cycle breaker here. And I'm here for it. I'm with the shits. And we're going to do it together. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time. Bye.